Now available in paperback, John Haynes at Death's Door. The man who rules the world takes on the Greek god of death in this action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Pick up your copy of John Haynes at Death's Door at Amazon.com and other online booksellers everywhere. Beware the fake good man. Now, there are some guys out there who call themselves good men and go out of their way to tell the entire world how good they are. However, their actions really show how they're nothing more than beta male orbiters, and these beta male orbiters show how little character they have by their actions. Now, these beta male orbiters, what they do that shows how dishonest they are is that they're oftentimes orbiting around a woman who is in a relationship with a Pookie, a Chad, or a Tyrone. And as they're chasing around this woman who is in a relationship with a Pookie, a Chad, or a Tyrone, what they do is go to that woman talking about how they are going to be a good man to them and how they're going to take care of them. And these guys, what they do is lay on all of the promises to this woman about what they're going to do if they go out there and drop the Pookie, Chad, or Tyrone that they're involved with. And what these guys don't see is that their character is showing that they are worse than the Pookie, Chad, or Tyrone, because what really makes these guys horrible human beings is the fact that you're out here dirty macking a woman involved with a Pookie, Chad, or Tyrone, and then you're sitting there talking about how you're the good man when you're participating in unethical behavior and then trying to make yourself appear to be better than the already raggedy man that she's involved with. That is what the so-called good man tries to do out here. He's trying to make it look like he's a better choice, but he can't see how he's choosing to go out here and pursue women shows how he's just a reprehensible and unethical human being, because men who are of good character, once they hear a woman is involved with a man, they respect the boundaries of that relationship, and they don't go out here looking to go out here and try to make a case for them to drop the man that they're involved with and then get with them. Unfortunately, many of these so-called good guys aren't seeing how they're the bad guy in this picture, because they think that they are going to be a better choice for this woman, because this simp basically has fixated his attention on this woman, and he's hoping to go out here and make her a part of his rose-colored reality where he can go on to live to happily ever after. And as he's trying to get to the imaginary place that he's had in his mind, he is seeing the Chad, Tyrone, and Pookie as the bad guy, but he's not looking in the mirror and seeing who the real villain is, and that real villain is him. And he'll sit there and think, because he has all of the material possessions like the good job or the good education and the resources, that this makes him to be some sort of good guy. But the real thing that makes him a villain in the picture is the fact that he's willing to go to unethical means to try to sell himself to a woman who is already committed to another man. Now, she may have chosen this Pookie or that Ray Ray, and that guy may be a thug or a criminal, but this is who she chose, and this is who she decided to be with, and this is the man she sees as her reflection. Unfortunately, what this beta male is upset about is that he was not the one who was chosen, and since he was not the one who was chosen first, he's out here looking to try to sell himself, not understanding he's lowering his social marketplace value to that of a $5 food stamp by going out here talking about how he's the good man, how he's the better choice, but he's not the better choice. No, he's basically shown that he's pathetic because he's out here trying to beg a woman who isn't interested in him and already is in a relationship. He's out here begging for that attention, and that's lowering his social marketplace value because it shows how he has no dignity at all, no sense of self-worth, no self-esteem, but he wants us to believe that he's a good man and that he's going to go out here and try to convince this woman that he's a better choice when the problem is he keeps making the bad choice by trying to show how much of a good man he is, but he's only just showing us all how much of a dishonest person and an unethical person he truly is. Now, usually these guys, these orbiters, will spend their months and even years of their life waiting for a woman's relationship to end, and as she's dragging your Pookie, your Chad, your Tyrone, or your other kinds of guy to the curb for pickup at 6 a.m., he's standing outside the garbage waiting for her to drop him off so that he can try to make his pitch. And as this woman is emotional from the breakup, he's hoping to try to swoop in there and try to get his shot. And when these guys get their shot, that's when everything just goes from bad to worse, because this scavenger, what he does is he picks up the scraps and the garbage of a failed relationship, and then once he gets the girl of his dreams, that's when your so-called good man turns into a great big monster. And this great big monster starts showing his ass to people once he gets the girl of his dreams. And once he gets the girl of his dreams, he winds up making her life a nightmare, because once he gets the girl of his dreams, it's no longer happily ever after. And the reason why it's not happily ever after is because this man winds up so insecure because he fears he's going to lose the girl of his dreams to a Pookie, a Chad, or a Tyrone. And that's when his fears get the better of him. And that's when he starts to become extremely jealous, and he starts participating in worse behavior by asking questions like, where is this girl been? What are you doing? Constantly calling, constantly bugging her on the phone, constantly making text messages, looking to see where she is practically every day, because he's afraid of losing her to another Pookie, Chad, or Tyrone, because he's got her, he was standing outside of her garbage, and as he was trying to go out here and sneak into her home after he came out of the garbage, he's afraid that somebody else is going to be by the garbage cans hoping to go pick her up. And because he's scared, that's when he starts getting insecure and starts getting jealous, starts getting all angry and wanting to yell at this same woman who, when she was with the other man, she was out here putting him on, he was out here putting her on a pedestal, talking about how she's the greatest, and then talking about what he's gonna do and how he's gonna buy her things and how he's gonna take care of her. But once he gets her, again, he does not go out here and take care of that woman. No, he just goes out here and just doesn't follow through on his promises of going out here and giving this woman the world that he promised. No, instead of him buying her any sort of clothes or jewelry or any of the stuff he promised, he gives her absolutely nothing. And as he's giving her nothing, he's verbally and physically abusing this woman, and he's calling her a B and an H, expressing a lot of his anger because he's the second choice. And because he's the second choice, he's extremely angry about the fact that he never got his shot to be the first. And he takes out all of that anger because he doesn't go out here and provide as he promised. No, he's the guy who does worse, because while he saw Pookie, again, sometimes yelling at this woman and getting upset with her, he gets even more upset, going into, again, verbal and physical abuse. He's the one who says, oh, this man is no good because he's a cheater, and he's calling her a B and an H. And what's even more disturbing is that after he makes all these promises about what he's going to deliver, he then goes out here and then also makes the promise that he'll never cheat or do her dirty, but he's the one out here cheating. And when he's out here cheating, when she calls him on it, he's the one again giving her a pimp hand, calling her a B, and then saying that it's his right to go out here and get with women because it's all right for him to go out here and cheat. But when it's Pookie, Tyrone, or Chad, those guys are terrible, but he's going to justify all of the cheating that he does. And again, this is the guy who was standing outside this woman's home or standing outside this woman's job talking about how he's going to be the good man, how he's going to do her right, how he's going to take care of her, how he's going to be better than the other guy. And what's really disturbing is after this guy gets this woman to go out here and leave the Pookie, Chad, or Tyrone, he does her worse than the Pookie, Chad, or Tyrone. And all the while, he's sitting there thinking that he's the so-called better choice because in some cases, he's got a college degree, he's got a so-called good job, and he's making money. He's the better choice, but the better choice doesn't treat the woman better because he does not do unto the woman as he wants done unto him. And that is what is just quite troubling about these kind of guys, because these guys will sit there and again talk a good game, make a lot of promises, say, I'm gonna be a good man, and what they don't do is put action behind their words, because there's a difference between a good man of character and a quote-unquote good man. A good man of character is consistent in his actions, and he has such integrity that when he says something, he follows through with action. And a good man of character sees his woman as himself, and he treats his woman in the exact same way he would like to be treated, following the commandments that Jesus made, which are to love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and spirit, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And that man is going to be a good neighbor to the woman he gets involved with, and he's going to show her the same respect that he would hope to receive for himself. That is what a man of good character is going to do. He is going to treat people the way he wants to be treated, and he's not going to make promises of what he's going to do. He's going to follow through by going out here and doing what he says he's going to do. Moreover, he's going to live in a way that shows an example of the man he's going to be. And a man of good character is not going around hovering around other people's relationships by waiting for them to figure out that they're a better choice. No, they understand their value and their worth. And since they understand their value and their worth, they're not going around here waiting for somebody to see how valuable they are as they're in a relationship with someone else. No, they're out here looking for their own partner, and they're looking to be there with someone who is actively interested in them, not looking to be somebody's number two or somebody's leftover. No, they're not waiting for somebody's relationship to end to begin one. No, they're looking to start something with somebody who wants to start with them so that they could finish together in marriage. That is what a man of good character is doing. But your males who are out here talking about how they're a good man, they're sitting there upset that the girl that they want is with Pookie and Ray Ray, and others are bold enough to try to make a move or a woman who's involved, with a Pookie and a Ray Ray, hoping to create a covert contract where she will see him as the man of her dreams. And these men, because they're filled with self-loathing and resentment, they turn their relationship into a nightmare. And as their relationship is turned into a nightmare, this woman realizes she's got with a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because he's saying he's a good man on the surface, but on the exterior, there's no good about him, and you could see that by his actions, because a man of good character, again, is not outside of another person's relationship. No, he's out here looking for a single and available woman. He's not out here looking for somebody who's already with somebody, because he values his time. And since he values his time, he's not looking for somebody's relationship to be over. No, that's what a so-called good man does, trying to sell and make promises. And what really he's showing you is that he's just the other side of the coin. And that's the whole thing with the so-called nice guy. He's the other side of the coin of the jerk. And while he's sitting there trying to show you how good he is really the most dishonest person in the room. And he's dishonest because an honest man is not looking for somebody else's relationship. They're not circling around, hovering around somebody else. No, they're they're in their own lane, doing their own thing. And this is what people need to understand about the so-called quote-unquote good man, who has to tell everybody he's good. He's not really good at all. What he's doing is trying to overcompensate so that people won't see how evil he is, because again, a good man is not defined by words. A good man is defined by his actions as a man. Now, if you want to learn more about men's issues like what I talked about here, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping: Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, and the other books in the Simp series, like Manginas, Misadventures of Captain Save-'em, Stop Simping in the Workplace, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, and my other men's issues books like Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, The Man Crisis, and The Woman Crisis. And if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS Legacy. Sorority secrets of the goddess next door are revealed in this all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS Legacy in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.